Wow. Lucas stall out them pint bottles out granny crib. I poured so much I ain't wanna live. Told money then, shit we in the wind. I was in the hood when I clipped the bin. Since a young nigga I been ready. Went glass house on every Chevy. In this game I tried plenty settings. It's all or nothing. How niggas been. Got sucker niggas keep suckers with them. One of the reasons I ain't fucking with them. Trish Tech and some more than her. Guess she couldn't even afford a winner. I'm open late, don't need a scale. And it's always over, sneak wishing well. I double down, slick shit to spell. Shawty no, I don't kiss and tell. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded. Hell, I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded.
What it do, chat? What it do, chat? Double tap the screen. Shut a live out. Shut a live out. Double tap the screen, man. Hold on. Let me see, man. We in the... Hold on.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
There we go. There we go. It's starting to sound about right, ain't it? That useless. Ain't it starting to sound about right, ain't it? Useless.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Yeah, man. What it do, OG Yosemite? Double tap the screen, shut a live out, chat. You see, we in the new studio. We ain't got it all the way set up yet, but you know, it's looking a little different around here. It's looking a little bit more perfect. Look, man, I got dictionaries, man, and world books and all of that over there, man. I got my little reading collection, you know, some collection that was passed down to me as well. You know, we got the little nice ambiance in here, you know what I'm saying? It's like deer count, you know what I'm saying? Make you feel like, yeah, deer count. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, chat. We got an action-packed episode, man. I hope everybody's having a great night. I know we running late, but it is what it is. We here right now, and this chair is squeaky. Boy, it needs some WD-40. Yeah, this chair needs some WD-40, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. We got an action-packed episode, man. We got Campbell's soup, man. We're gonna talk about that Campbell's soup. The Epstein file dump confirms Epstein not also worked for the Mossad, but the Rothschild banking dynasty and the British royals, according to Alex Jones, man. Also, we got TSA agents, some more stuff going on with the TSA agents, and then we got a lady coming at John Fetterman. We got a U.S. Army veteran coming at John Fetterman. Also, we're going to get into the Clintons and the Epstein files. They're supposed to go testify in front of Congress on the 17th and the 18th. We'll see if that gets done. Also, the DOJ just filed with the Supreme Court to strike down all laws that ban public carrying of firearms, man. We're going to get into that as well. I know I just told y'all the other day, like, when Trump was talking about putting lifting the federal regulations on AI, you know, taking the states, you know, the states have their own AI regulation as well. So when Trump was talking about taking that away, I was like, hold on, I thought the Republicans wanted to leave it to the state. Now Trump's talking about snatching all of those laws that take away open carry or being able to carry your firearm in public, and I'm looking at that situation a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into it as well. I hope everybody's having a great night, man. We got Bobby Altoff as well, man. The girl Hawk. No, that's not Hawk Tour. That's not Hawk Tour. I get them mixed up sometimes. That's the girl that tries to do all of those interviews, you know what I'm saying, that tries to be like Funny Marco and just have that dry humor. And then we got a live debate, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. I hope everybody's having a great night. Thank you, Najee. Thank you, Najee. Thank you, Grape Seed. Thank you, Grape Seed, man. If y'all like the background, y'all like the new studio, let me know, man. Let me know if y'all like the new studio. We gonna get some more stuff. I know the walls looking a little bare. I know they looking a little bare right now, but we gonna get something else going, man. Y'all double tap the screen, shut a live out, call your auntie, uncle, and your cousin, tell them plug live, and he running his mouth. I don't care if you far left, far right, liberal, conservative, Marxist, fascist, alien, NPC, get your ass in. We finna have them conversations tonight, man. I hope, what, Black Friday, All right, man. I hope everybody's having a great night, man. While we get this loaded up, man, I just need to know, do Lala, you got them plain lays ready? Auto War, you got them barbecue lays ready? Where that baby go there? We intro mode, man. First intro mode in the new studio, man.
My car if it don't come with no neck. I told my niggas I don't like the beef cause that don't come with no check. I told my niggas to mark my word, I guarantee that I'm next. I got the arms of a bodybuilder from the way that I flex. Might just hit the strip just to go blow me a check. They know what the fuck I'm on. They say they ain't got some of the best gas, they call it Southern Joy. Chain on chain and ice on ice like Adam Sandler, I'm water boy. I know I'm all in the head. Bad bitch laying in my bed. Wait till I give her a spread. I'm a master with the head. Don't let these social fool you. These niggas broke, I know that they ain't bought it. Ain't got no car but talking shit. Okay, then little walkie talkie. I told that bitch to come home. I ain't got time for no bitch that's healing. Talk to blood, she called me daddy. And I'm screaming out no dick. I'ma make sure that she come. I'ma fuck her good with my tongue. I know the night is still young. So baby, let's get it in. I know just how she like it tonight. She spicy, she added a friend. They ain't identical, but they fuck alike. So in the bed, I call them twin. I call them twin. Bed, I call them twin. Bitch, shoot a shoot. 1 + 1 that equal 2. What you tryna do? Go back for back, check a swoop for swoop. Either way it go, I'm on. Either way it go, I'm gone. Brody them just got like 100 on them and they tryna get them gone. What you call it, Jet Wet? What's the name? And he put it in his song. Brody them got the purest powder, it's pink, you know this shit is strong. No diddy. I'm the type of nigga that turn my bitch up in each city. Brody cut out, we celebrating, we hit the gritty. I'm feeling like a baby, I'm tryna get that milk up out them titties. It's no question who young and the latest. If you want your bitch, then when she talking, hear her. If I want the bitch, I'm going Pittsburgh. Still her. I keep some on the side, I don't have trust in just the main bitch. Suck me up while I'm driving like damn, I die by this lane switch. Shit, different type of free, so we ain't never got a tussle. Throw it back like Miss London, and some of your life be hustle.
Oh man, double tap the screen, shut a live out, chat. I hope everybody's having a great night, man. Look, chat, when I get the studio all the way set up, we're gonna have 2 streams, man. We're gonna have 2 streams. One stream is gonna be no clips, just me, raw, live commentary, giving y'all my thoughts and opinions on certain situations. On that episode, I'm gonna be a little scooted back. You know, I'm gonna have a desk right here, you know what I'm saying? A little probably I don't know, man, some shit like that. I'm gonna be scooted back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna have to be all up on the computer. I might need a producer or something in here, Chad. I might need a producer, man. You said I'm politically all over the place, so I guess I'm home here. Never understood only having 2 parties. Not a choice. It's lube or no lube, man. Thank you, Lone. Thank you, Lone, man. You welcome in, man. I hope you're having a great night. We finna get into this Campbell soup, though, Chad. We finna get into this Campbell soup. They said Campbell soup has some lab-grown meat. And they're not telling anybody, man. They're saying Campbell Soup is putting the lab-grown meat inside of those jars, man. I don't know. This is crazy, Chad. I don't know, man.
It's the food giant, and he's making some explosive allegations about one of its top executives. Good evening, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Those allegations are now at the center of a lawsuit claiming the company's vice president went on an hour-long tirade attacking the company's products and employees before taking aim at its customers.
And the former employee recorded it all. Eric Erickson shares that recording and what the company is saying about it.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit?
And that's just part of an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's unhealthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
He's saying they're putting 3D printed meat inside of the Campbell soup. He says that they make Campbell soup for poor people and he no longer eats that shit. Straight up, Chad. He said they make Campbell soup for poor people. He no longer eats that shit, and they're putting 3D lab printed or bioengineered meat inside of it, man. So, Campbell's, y'all need to get that shit together, or it's gonna be a damn class action lawsuit, probably, allegedly.
The recording allegedly of Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally.
He has no filter.
Bally, along with another supervisor and Campbell Soup Company, named in a lawsuit filed Thursday. The suit claiming Bally made racist remarks, admits to coming to work high, and Garza fired for coming forward.
What do you think about the things that he was saying?
Oh, just pure disgust.
Garza says he usually worked remotely for Campbell's headquarters, based in Camden, New Jersey. But thinking he'd be discussing his salary with Bally, he says the recording taken in person at a restaurant.
They couldn't think for themselves. I'm like, you dumb
Garza says he felt sick after the rant, deciding to go to his direct supervisor in January, keeping the recordings to himself.
He had never had any disciplinary action. They had never written him up for poor work performance.
Garza says no one at Campbell's ever followed up, and it's taken him 10 months to find a new job, calling the way the can soup company handled it simply terrible.
They have a motto, like we treat you like family, here at Campbell's, come work for us, we treat our employees like family. That's not the case.
We did just receive a statement from Campbell's. It says, quote, "If accurate, the comments in the recording are unacceptable. They do not reflect our values and the culture of our company. We are actively investigating this matter." We've also reached out directly to Martin Bally. Erica Erickson, Local 4.
And she gonna eat some of that soup, man. She got me messed up, chat. She gonna eat that soup. What's wrong with her, man? What's wrong with her? See, that's kind of like them people were saying, oh, Tylenol's bad, so I'm gonna pop as many as I damn can, allegedly, man. That's the same thing. We just heard that this bioengineered 3D printed meat inside of this Campbell soup, and she gonna... Yeah, you didn't slurp up a chunk of that damn meat, did you? You only wanted the broth, man. Playing with us. But listen, chat, I'm not eating no more of that Campbell shit. Bioengineered meat. I'm gonna leave that shit right where it's at, on the shelf. I don't like carrying in a whole bunch of them cans anyway. What it do, Chris? What's up, Anonymous? Y'all welcome in, chat. Y'all welcome in. It's looking like deer camp in here, ain't it, chat? It's feeling like deer camp in here. What's up, Big Niche? La, what it do, Auto War? Yeah, man, Campbell's is tripping. All right, this lady right here is telling us her experience at the airport, man. She's telling us her experience at the airport. She's gonna talk about the 3D, the biometric scan, man. I know they've been had it, but it's like she said that it's no point of having the real ID. It's no point of having the star on your ID because they still didn't accept her ID with the star on it and made her wait 3 hours in line at the airport. Listen.
I just went through, I'm here in LaGuardia, and it was the worst experience ever, because guess what, the real ID that I waited at the DMV to get for 2 freaking hours despite making an appointment wasn't enough. The fact that my face is on it wasn't enough. The fact that this guy looked at my ID, made me take off my glasses so he could make sure that my face matched the exact picture of my face on the ID, that wasn't enough either. He had to run my ID through the freaking machine 3 times, and it still didn't work. And by the 3rd time I finally said, why can't you just use your eyeballs and look at my ID and see that it's a real ID with my picture on it? Why is that not enough? And he was like, well, why can't you just get your picture taken? I don't understand why this is the state of traveling in modern day America. Also, to add insult,
what's up, Sean?
Illegal immigrants can get real IDs, so why the hell did I wait at the DMV for 3 hours of my freaking life? I said 2 initially. It was between 2 and 3. I don't even know. I made the appointment initially, but because it's the DMV in modern day America, my appointment actually came 2 to 3 hours after the initial time that I booked it for. Why did I wait there for 3 hours to get a real ID that doesn't even work, that isn't even valid? I show my real ID to the TSA with my damn picture on it, and it's like, yeah, well, we have to ask this robot, and we can only let you through if the robot says that it's actually you, and also, we can't use our own 2 eyes for the ID that you waited for that the government issued with this real ID store. We also have to take your photo, which we're not going to delete. We're going to lie to you about and say that we are, but we're really not going to. Why is this the modern state of traveling in the United States of America? It's freaking ridiculous. I'm exhausted with it, and I think I'm just on edge too, because it's like I'm here in New York. I was reporting on Canal Street. You have hordes of illegal aliens, of all of these rude-ass Africans that just stand on the street.
No, it took her 3 hours not to get the real ID. It took her 3 hours to get through the airport. They would not accept her real ID, said that she needed to take her glasses off. She took the glasses off. They kept scanning it. It wouldn't go. And so yeah, she had a real bad experience.
Fake goods. They're extremely aggressive. Like, they're openly, clearly illegal immigrants, and it's like at a base level, we can't even get them off the street. And then you, as an American, are trying to fly in an American airport from one American state to another American state, and you're treated like you're a freaking terrorist. I'm just exhausted with it, and it's ridiculous. I'm just mad about the Real ID thing. I'm mad about the fact that TSA agents are so rude, and that there is a literal Real ID with my freaking face on it, and the big-ass star that I waited hours for, and it's useless, because TSA...
Oh, she said she did wait hours to get her Real ID. Damn. She did say she waited hours to get her Real ID.
Brain dead that the freaking robots have to tell them whether or not the ID is authentic because they can't use their own damn eyes.
Damn. Yup. That's the state that we in right now, man. Everything has to go through checks, man. You gotta get checked and rechecked and checked again when it comes to getting on the damn plane, man. They want to make sure that ID is A1. All right, this lady right here, she's a U.S. Army veteran. She's coming at Senator John Fetterman, man. She's coming at Senator John Fetterman, man, for waving that Israeli flag in her eye, man. I remember when this happened, I believe.
When I went to Senator John Fetterman's office in my military uniform, and he walked out and waved an Israeli flag in my face and then slammed the door in my face, that was when I knew that our politicians, like, this was much deeper than anything that I could have ever imagined, and that there was the Zionists and the Israeli government had infiltrated inside of our government. You know, that opened the door to AIPAC and to lobby groups and to blackmail that they have on our politicians and Christian Zionists. You know,
what's up, girl?
It's a lot of information to digest, and unless
girl.
You're doing this every day, it's almost impossible to keep up with how complex this situation is. But if just keeping it on the surface level is that I'm here because children should not be bombed.
Alright, man. That was crazy right there. Alright, we finna get into Bobby, man. Bobby Atoff, man. I don't know, but as far as John Fetterman waving that flag in her face, that was crazy to me. I'm not gonna lie. Him waving that flag in her face is like, dang, man, for what? Why for what, man? Plastic surgery. I don't know what you mean. Chat, double tap the screen, shut the live out. We are on the way to 100 likes. We're finna get into this Bobby Atoff before we get into the main topics of tonight's show. Bobby Atoff is the podcaster. She interviews all of these people, and she left, I believe she left her damn family. I think she left her husband or whatever. She was making TikToks making fun of him and shit, saying he don't make enough money and all of that. She ended up leaving him, you know, and now she's been getting passed around, you know, and she's making this video saying that please stop saying that she's getting passed around.
And so many of the comments every single time I post him, which we've been together for a year, but without fail, every single time I post him, all of the comments are about how I'm ran through, and oh, look, another one, or he probably doesn't know how ran through she is, or just mean things, and
I'm gonna just keep it real though. Low key, since you've been famous, you have been kind of, you know what I'm saying, getting passed around a little bit. I ain't gonna say you ran through, because I don't know what you do in the bedroom, you know, so I'm not gonna say you ran through, but I'm gonna say you've been getting passed around a little bit, Bobby. I'm gonna keep it real.
And if I post any video, truly in general, the amount of hate comments I get are just like unreal, and I think it's because I have a lot of men following me, and they just have so much to say. They have so many mean things to say, and as much as I wish that these comments didn't get to me, it's like...
See, that's the thing. You went public with your damn relationships, all of them. Listen to what I just said, Chad. She didn't go public with her relationship. She went public with her relationships. All of them. All of them. Relationships, all of them. And now she mad because they calling her a passer. Well, they calling her ran through. I'm calling her a pass around. They're calling her ran through.
I'm human, and if you got this many negative things said about you every day, it would get to you too.
See, Bobby, it's not even about you being ran through. Like they not coming at you for being ran through. To tell you the truth, nobody cares if you're ran through, Bobby. They're telling him that to protect him. You know what I'm saying? They telling him like, hey boy, You know she was, you know what I mean? Like, in case you didn't know. See, Bobby's taking it personally. Like, this message isn't even for Bobby. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's in your comments and it affects you. But the message isn't for you, Bobby. Nobody cares if you're passed around. I'm just going to keep it real. Nobody cares if you banged 100 dudes throughout the course of your life. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, they care that you in a relationship with this guy. You know what I'm saying? That's what they care about. They care about, like, hey, boy, do you not know that's what's going on? Should they mind their business? Probably. But you kind of put them in your business when you went public with all your relationships. From talking bad to your husband or whoever that was, saying he didn't make enough money and doing all of that, to going on and getting with the football player, to moving on to whoever else, and now you're with this guy. They said you banged Drake. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, I mean, I'm not saying you ran through, but it's like they can attach your name to like 5 or 6 different guys, and you've only been famous for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? It's, hey, man.
And I don't even know what the point of. I don't want sympathy from people. I'm saying this because I hope if you're one of the people who hate me, maybe you'll watch this and reconsider it. And maybe that's asking for too much. Maybe that's an impossible ask, but it's like, I, as a people pleaser, having so many people be so mean to me online every day is so frustrating, and it's just, I wish I...
Again, Bobby, those attacks aren't to hurt you. Those attacks are to let Buddy know, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. See, I'm going to just let the video play.
I didn't care, but I've definitely stopped posting as much because all of my comments are just so mean. People are so mean to me on the internet, and it's like, what? Because they say I sleep with every guest, and it's like, literally I do not, but you won't ever believe that. And maybe if I were ugly, you would not even say that, because I try to tell myself those don't matter, but it's like, then I'm a horrible mother, and it's like, I am such a good mother.
I mean, I can't speak on her parenting because I haven't seen her with the kid. But you left your family, you know what I'm saying, for whatever, you know what I'm saying. You caught a little stride, you caught a little fame. They say you was an industry planner. I'm gonna keep it real. Who was that? Who was that got that podcast? Keke Palmer was like, I ain't never seen nobody come up in a podcast game like this. She called her industry plant, and this is Keke Palmer talking to her. So it's kind of like, yeah, I think we think you traded your husband and your family for fame, you know, and that's the decision you made. I'm not faulting you for it. I'm not saying it's wrong. But after you left your husband for the opportunity and family for the opportunity, you proceeded to parade around with various men, you know what I'm saying? Various men. And they're in your comments attacking, telling this man that, hey, do you know how many guys? See, y'all gotta listen to the comments that she said got to her. Like, do you know how many guys she's been with? She's ran through, bro. The comments were to him. The comments, literally, nobody cares how many guys you banged. They care how many guys you banged while you're with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if nobody knew that you were with this guy, guess what? They wouldn't be just randomly commenting, hey, do you know how many guys that she banged? No, they wouldn't. They would just say, hey, look, that's Bobby Atoff, the industry plant. That's what they would say. Honestly.
Anyone who knows me in real life knows I'm an amazing mother, and my kids, I care so much about, and that's another part of it that really gets me, is like, one day my kids are going to be old enough to read these comments, and it's like, it's just like, I wish people weren't so mean. So grateful for this job because I make a lot of money.
Right, that's the price of fame. You know what I'm saying? That's the price of fame. You make a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You did what you did, man. You broke up your happy home for it, man.
I post myself on the internet to film videos, and it has given me and my kids a really great life. But sometimes it's like especially harder like on Sundays. I don't have my kids. They're with their dad.
Do I think she love her kids? Yeah, I think Bobby loves her kids. I just think that she loved the idea of being free more than being, you know what I'm saying, in a marriage. You know what I'm saying, in a two-parent household. I just think that she liked the idea of freedom and fame more than the idea of family. She chose freedom and fame over family, and this is kind of the price that you're paying. You know what I'm saying? You chose freedom and fame over family. You had the marriage, you know what I'm saying? You could have been, you know, on the interview, on the couch with your marriage, unless that was part of your contract that made you leave your husband.
And I get to sit here and I read comments and I shouldn't. It's like, it's so hurtful. And so many people are so angry. They're so angry that I am not with my ex anymore. And he's in a happy relationship. Why can't I be in one too? And yeah, our relationship.
Because you love.
Like, newsflash, you guys. I was 21 when I met him on Bumble, and 10 months after knowing him, I was pregnant with our daughter. And he gave me the two best things in my life, and I will forever be grateful for that. But when I met him, I was 21, he was 30. Look at 21-year-olds now, and I'm like, you're so young, you're so young. Like, how did I think I was old enough to be so grown? Anyway, it's just embarrassing, I guess. Like, I feel embarrassed by all the comments, because it's just like, I don't know why people are so mean. I mean, I do, but it's just like, I wish it would stop, but I don't know how to make it stop. Some people post and their comments are so nice, and people are so nice about them, that it's like, you people are so fucking mean to me under anything I post, and it's like, why? Literally, just why do you guys hate me so much? I don't get it. I don't know what I did to deserve that.
I'm gonna just let her have it, man. I'm not gonna kick her while she down, man. I'm gonna just let her have it, Chad. I'm gonna just let Bobby have it, man. All right, let's see what Alex Jones talking about. Alex, what the hell is that squeaky? Did y'all hear that squeaky noise? Damn, I think it's the chair. Anyways, Alex Jones is saying that the Epstein file dump confirms that Epstein worked not only for the Mossad but also the Rothschilds and British royals. Let's see what Alex Jones on.
Palatable and it's safe and people don't get in trouble now. Singers.
Oh yeah, Lala, this the new setup, man. This gonna be the new studio, you know what I'm saying? We gonna do a couple more streams in the old studio, but this gonna be the new studio minus this squeaky ass chair. You know what I'm saying? I'll get up, let y'all take a look at what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I'll take y'all through here. And a lot of people was telling me on Discord, I was in my partner Discord, he was telling me that this shit look like a green screen. You know what I'm saying? That's the flag, you know what I'm saying? It's the damn, there was a remote. This the vintage TV over here. You know what I'm saying? We got another vintage TV down here. I don't know if y'all can see that, man. Got the rack, got the bow, you know what I'm saying, mounted because I wanna put some fire up there, but I can't put no fire up there yet. You know what I'm saying, Chad? That's all I could put up there right now. I can't put no fire up there right now. It just is what it is. Can't put no fire up there, so I got that up there. You know what I'm saying? Then we got the flag. Then we got some dictionaries, you know what I'm saying? We got, dictionaries. Then we got, some religious books, some educational books. We got the little bitty TV. Nice brown leather couch over there, cedar walls, little ambiance in this thing. Then I got the lamp over there with the amber light, you know what I'm saying? That's an amber light over there to get that vintage feel. It feel like you're at deer camp. Look, Chad, I even got a space heater in here. You know what I'm saying? Like when I turn the camera, like on the portrait mode, it look real nice in here. You see the couch. You see everything, the lighting. You see the space heater. The space heater really sets it off in here too. I'm not gonna lie, it make it really feel like deer camp. But let's see what Alex Jones talking about.
Everything. Well, it's because the British Empire is trying to get back control. The Rothschilds are trying to get back control of Israel, but also networks inside the United States and Europe. And there are other interlayered groups that are pushing them out right now. Just remember thousands of times that Epstein, importantly, was British intelligence as the clearinghouse above it. And I explained that in James Bond movies and books from Ian Fleming, it was the deputy head of OSS and the MI6 after World.
Norwegian, you said, how can you debate? What would you like to debate, Norwegian? Tell me what you want to debate, and I'll drop the phone number for you. We really about 30 minutes away from the debate time. I'm not going to lie. We're about 30 minutes away from the debate. But tell me what you want to debate, and I'll open up the phone lines for you now.
World War II. He said, no, I put allegories in my books of real stuff and real plans and real ideas. And in there you got Spectre's international criminal group that's got people in the Russians, the Chinese, the U.S., British intelligence, but it creates chaos for control and manipulation. It's overall takeover of the economic and military systems of the world. Well, British Empire and what that shadowy thing represents is Spectre.
Thank you, Lala.
What point have we reached? This power structure has lost so much control. This is all coming out. You think the Rothschilds, Lord Rothschild, Baroness Rothschild, you think they like it known that they were running Israel with Ehud Barak? Two different Israel lobbies. You've got the Likudnik,
Crusader,
Israel right-wing nationalists that Israel to be the center of the world and want to run operations out of Israel. The British Empire Rothschild arm.
Thank you,
Bone. Created Israel, trying to influence and control the United States and others. That's in a big fight with Netanyahu. All these emails that have come out of Epstein, Bagman, with the Rothschilds and the British government, with Israel trying to get cyber weapons and spy grids better than the U.S. And that ties into Jonathan Pollard meeting secretly, we now learn months ago, with U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee.
Oh yeah, chat. We're taking entries for the name of the new show. So I'm gonna do a show, an episode. I'll probably do it like 3 times a week. Kind of like just no clips, just raw me giving my unfiltered opinions, and takes on certain events. We need a name of the show. Now, we can call it Deer Camp if that's what y'all want to call it. We can call it Deer Camp. Or we can call it something else. You know what I'm saying? We can call it Plugged In. Y'all give me the best names. Get them to me, and we'll figure out a name for the show.
Convicted spy. Fall out of that. A big no-no. And Pollard bragging about nuclear blackmail against the United States with the Samson option. Video of all this, by the way. Point here is, though, we've known all this. We've talked about these factions. We've gotten into it forever. 2 other ones, but I'll get to that. Point is, though, it's all coming out. Told you when President Trump was president-elect a year ago, I said, I've talked to a lot of high-level people. CIA has come to Trump. And we know there's nothing implicating you in any of this stuff, but to really hurt the British Empire, the British Commonwealth, it's going to hurt banks. Trump's friends and the Rothschild banks have been one of his big lenders. So we got the receipts on that. It's going to hurt Israel, and it's going to hurt the stock market, and plus the Democrats have had control of the file, and so you won't ever get any convictions. It's all muddy. It's a disaster. And Trump's like, okay, move along. Look, let's move on. I saw that coming, and I talked to people that the president admitted that to. I said, they're going to stab you in the back. You can't do that. Now, got bipartisan, 470-something to 1. To release the Epstein emails. And you've got Republicans saying, yeah, now that it's been sent off, what they haven't already released to the DOJ, the word is that there's a cover-up happening there. This is only making it worse. And what did I say hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times here on air? I said, more importantly than Israel, is you have to understand the Rothschilds, powerful banking family still in the world, but throughout the last 400 years, the battle, Waterloo, time Napoleon was defeated in 1815 or 1814, we'll look it up, my memory fails, against Lord Wellington. They had carrier pigeon. This is mainline history, by the way. This isn't a conspiracy theory. That was the old telegram at the time. Fly out to the port, fastest British Corvette, that meaning Corvette from Chevy, a car, it's the fast, medium-sized ship, shoot across the channel, before the stock exchange opens, give the word, and by the way, the Rothschilds have written authorized autobiographies, family, where they brag about this. June 18th, 1815. Announced that Napoleon had crushed Lord Wellington, the British, and the Prussians in a sounding defeat, and that the British Empire was going to basically be defeated. The stock market dropped 99%. Rothschild then bought up 99% of all the stocks for literally pennies on the pound. There's movies about this. And it's fascinating stuff, folks. And then he was already, they were the most powerful banking family in the world, but they literally took control of the British Empire, the Saxe-Coburg-Gothas, the old Transylvanian, German, Austrian-Hungarian Empire line was completely beholden to them. They got breeding rights into the royal family and bred Rothschilds into the family. They all became lords. It's all PBS documentaries about this. So, it's anti-Semitic to say the Rothschilds are powerful. I'm not attacking them because they have to be Jewish. My point is that anybody that has real historical research, just even mainline PhD stuff, none of this is a secret. And so, in the new emails that have been released, we'll show them to you. These are confirmed. You've got Baroness Rothschild, Lord Rothschild, all of them. They're working with Ehud Barak at the time that was, as thick as thieves with Epstein, and they're get billions of dollars and run different operations, spying, things to procure U.S. technologies so that they can get ahead of the U.S. in the spy game, in the NSA game, in signals. Now, this had actually come out here and there before, but it gets worse. Bank for the British royal family, since they've been bankrupt to them since 1815, is the Rothschilds. And they've got all the major banks, the biggest Swiss banks, French banks, Spanish banks, German banks. It's all banks, Rothschild, same family. And the emails are back and forth to the different banking heads, coordinating this. And Epstein's so powerful that Lord Rothschild and Baroness Rothschild, two different, one in England, one in cousins. They're on Inauguration Day, 2017. They're freaking out, saying, "We need your help. We need these. We need to have a meeting right now. We need to get these things taken care of." They're not saying what. Espionage, power jockeying, and they're worried about Trump. And Epstein's like, "Sorry, I can't. I'm having to deal with stuff right now." So, just this area we could spend 10 days on.
Thank you, Cam.
It's coming out. Not the 15-year-old girls trying to cover up. It was like beer nuts at a bar. That's just an accessory. so much a thing about honeypotting people is it was just they're all in this club. This goes on everywhere. They just carry out these crimes. That's how they all get each other corrupted and can trust each other. The real thing is the laundering, the espionage, the spying, all of it. And as I've explained to people many times, British intelligence is senior Assad and Shin Bet in Israel. Until recently, Netanyahu has not been working with them, and he's been in their face openly, and it's been an open battle. It's not even a secret that the Rothschilds want him out. And it's in these emails as well, and it's in their magazine, The Economist, published by the Rothschilds. So, there's a real battle just within that sector that's happening and going on. The British Empire in the last 100 years wrote the book on pedophilia to control people, and Keir Starmer, and just all of it. And that doesn't take away from bad things Israel's done at all. I'm just telling you the lay of the land. Like Patrick Berman's in here on Wednesday. He's been a spy. Flynn's talked about that for the U.S. government for a long time. It's classified. I'm going to say with what? Not the CIA. Let's just leave it at that. You put the two together. And he's been to Israel hundreds of times. Worked with them, all that. He's not anti-Israel. He explained, though, the two factions. Comments like, oh, cover up for Netanyahu. No, it's a fact. It's Ehud Barak. And then the Rothschilds. It's a fact. It's that faction. It's a fact that faction wants to get rid of Netanyahu. That doesn't defend Netanyahu. I think he needs to go. He's terrible. The point is just know the players, okay, in a war. And it's key to understand the bigger picture. And these groups all overlap. And I haven't gotten to the Communist Chinese. I haven't gotten to the Russians. I haven't gotten to the technocracy above it. I haven't gotten to who Trump really works for. But I'm going to lay it out right now. So, it's because the British Empire is trying to get back control, the Rothschilds are trying to get back control of Israel, but also networks inside the United States and Europe, and there are other interlayered groups that are pushing them out right now. And it gets very opaque when you really get down to the granular analysis of this. But this is definitely the cloak and dagger thing that's happening at one level. Then you have the Communist Chinese, you have the Russians, you have the technocrats that overlap, the different alliances within those groups. But just remember, thousands of times, thousands. Importantly, was British intelligence as the clearinghouse above it. Explained that in James Bond movies and books from Ian Fleming, who was the deputy head of LSS and the MI6 after World War II, he said, no, I put allegories in my books of real stuff and real plans and real ideas. You got Spectre's international criminal group that's got people in the Russians, the Chinese, the U.S., British intelligence, but it creates chaos for control and manipulation. It's overall takeover of the economic and military systems of the world. Well, British Empire and what that shadowy thing represents is Spectre. And so, and it's bigger than the British Empire. It's this interlocking material system that had the largest networks ever in history. Damn. Through the banks, through the military, through the communications, through it all. And at the heart of it, who owns it? Take it over in 1815, the Rothschilds. So, that's where we are, ladies and gentlemen. Explain to you, this is bigger than 14-year-old girls. It's terrible. They should get in trouble for it, go to prison, all that. But they have got everybody to focus over the years on screwing 16-year-olds or whatever. A real family now. That's all a distraction MI6, British Empire, Mossad, CIA, political control. Payoffs, the politicians, the heads of universities, the endowments, and so that's why they don't want any of this information coming out. Well, they don't want you to know who's the man they won't show his face with the cat in his lap. Well, that is the folks. So we then need to look at all the other angles and factions, and I can give you my take on what the most powerful faction is. Another faction you never think of that you might want to think about a little bit actually has all the power if it would just simply use it. And we'll get to that as well. We're plowing into the documentation. I've given you a basic prelude here. Let's start getting into all this confluence of information that's come together. And there's a bunch, he's done a bunch of interviews, and now, and I like Congressman Massey, but it's like, oh my God, Congressman Massey has seen the documents. He says it's a cover-up for Israel. Oh, that Epstein worked for Mossad. Oh my gosh, it's the most incredible revelation ever. Everyone's freaking out. Oh my God, the man is tomorrow's news today. And it's not about me saying, oh, I'm way ahead of that. It's about understanding. Just now, Congress is getting to him being Mossad. It's a little more complex and bad than that. No, it's British intel, Rothschild civil war to control Israel and to battle over who controls Israel and the network, Israelis and Jews around the world, most of which don't even understand all of this. Just like the general public doesn't understand it, and if people ever actually have understanding of what's really going on, they'll go, oh, and now not be played by different factions of any of this towards the destructive aims where this is going. Because where I'm focusing on the fetish of the Jews and the Rothschilds and the banks right now, because it is key, and the globalist system has been the most powerful faction with the Rothschilds at the head of it. It's not just Jews, these and Zionists in civil war with each other. All of the factions are fighting each other and fighting each other internally at an intense level because of major factor changes in the world, information technology, population, a public that's awake. We've reached an event horizon where people aren't scared to tell the truth anymore. So all the old systems aren't working.
Here
all
we
the
go.
AI and all the surveillance and all this was supposed to deliver the globalists into total control. Their COVID attack, their pandemic, it was all supposed to admit their control, and instead, because the best laid plans of mice and men often go astray, and because the Lord works in mysterious ways, it's all blown up in their face spectacularly. Good. Justice be done by the heavens fall. But understand, this incredible tectonic eruption of and confluence of things happening right now as the planets align is extremely dangerous. And it is only going to get more insane from here on out.
Here we go.
But if the public will just address this scientifically, geopolitically, like a political scientist, and just say, okay, here, because it's known. This is all known. This isn't even hard to know. Everybody wants to debate about who runs it all and who's woman. You know, we know the power groups. We know actually what their assets are. We know what each group's different aims are. They all kind of agree on technocracy and control. They're just battling over who gets control of that. The ring of power is kind of up in the air. Accelerating the runway for this AI takeover, even because they fear it, but they want to be the ones in control of it. All the factions building our doom. And I'm not against innovation. It's the way it's been rolled out. So, the malice, it's the hatred that Sauron poured into it. And so you would argue, well, you just make another ring to counter that one that has love poured into it. Well, who's going to forge that? We have to do it together, publicly, not in darkness, not in some volcano, open light of the world. God, asking God to imbue us with the Excalibur counter the ring of Sauron.
All right, chat, man. That's Alex Jones, man. We finna move on, though. This is about the Clintons, man. The Clintons supposed to testify, I believe, in December. I think this video is going to tell us the dates that we're going to get the Clintons testifying, man.
Committee has officially informed Bill and Hillary Clinton's attorney that they must appear for depositions on December 17th and 18th in Washington. The committee approved the subpoena on a bipartisan basis back in July, and now Chairman James Comer says no more negotiating terms. The time has come for the former first couple to tell Congress what they know about Jeffrey Epstein. So the bill to release the Epstein files that was signed by President Trump this week is just one part of Congress's multifaceted investigation into Jeffrey Epstein and his sex trafficking ring. In July, the House Oversight Committee sent subpoenas to multiple former government officials from both Democratic and Republican administrations, demanding they be deposed under oath. The Clintons received the subpoenas and tried to negotiate. They said they can provide written answers to questions. But Committee Chairman James Comer officially informed them Friday morning that won't cut it. In a letter sent to Clinton attorney David Kendall, Chairman Comer wrote, "Your suggestion that your client's testimony would not be relevant to the stated purposes of the committee's investigation because the events in question took place outside of the Clintons' respective official duties misses the committee's point. It is precisely the fact President Clinton and Secretary Clinton each maintained relationships with Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell in their personal capacities as private citizens that is of interest to the committee. If the Clintons do show up on the 17th and 18th, they will likely answer questions in private, and the committee will release a video of certain answers." Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna wrote on X, "If the Clintons defy their subpoenas, there is only one thing to do: jail time. That may not be an empty threat." Democrats subpoenaed former Trump administration officials Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro during the January 6th investigation. When they refused to comply, Democrats sent criminal referrals to President Biden's Department of Justice, which secured convictions that led to prison time.
Steve Bannon said he don't want the prison for this shit, man. We want, all right, chat. I got the phone lines open, man. Anybody wants to call in, have a conversation, we can call in right now, man. We're gonna move on, though. We're gonna move on, cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting kind of tired, chat. I've been up all day trying to get this stream, to get this set up, you know what I'm saying? Make sure we got, you know what I'm saying, what we needed to have. I am tired, though.
No! Despicable person! No! I thought... I'm sick and tired of you!
Let me finish. You had a month...
And I think that's mean and nasty and wrong. And listen, if I'm willing to have Thanksgiving with my liberal relatives, they should have Thanksgiving with me. Do you disagree?
Interesting. I would say I definitely disagree, Michael, and I think it's because libs have a lot more to disown family members about. I mean, when we look at what the president is doing at our borders, as well as how we're treating, immigrants in this country, I think it's pretty clear that, there's something humane and immoral that's going on. I think that's what's mean and nasty. So,
okay, just on that point.
I'm looking forward to talking at Thanksgiving with my relatives about why their king is still covering up the Epstein files.
Right.
So I'm
look, he's not king yet. We're working on it, but he's not king yet.
I don't know if it's going to ruin Thanksgiving, but like she said, if you're the one supporting the guy who's covering for one of the greatest pedophile rings ever, then yeah, that would be more disown over than what?
Okay, so on that point, he did just sign a bill with almost unanimous support in Congress to release all the Epstein files.
With exceptions.
We'll get to that in a moment.
Purpose, he won't.
I think so. You'd be willing to talk to your conservative friends.
Of course.
Okay, so then really to Zena's point, I guess you say, look, we have a lot more reason to disown conservatives because we've...
Tomcat.
What to do, Tomcat?
1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What to do, Tomcat?
Yo, can you hear me good? I'm on move in the car. I'm making sure you can hear me, bro.
Yeah, we can hear you, alright.
Alright, that's cracking, man. I was just catching up, man. I just caught the last end of what you was doing. I've been trying to keep up, but I went fishing and shit. So I was at the lake and I was trying to keep up with it. But I saw the last part of what you was talking about, what you was speaking on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So what's been the subject? I know the last one, that's where I got my comment on, but I didn't see some of the first stuff that you might have had up.
We talked about the cleanse, and we talked about shit. Oh, the Epstein file dump. Alex Jones said it was the Rothschilds, British rules. Also, we talked about Campbell Soup putting that 3D printed meat, biogen engineered meat inside the Campbell Soup, allegedly.
What kind of meat? I'm sorry.
Lab grown meat, 3D printed or lab grown meat.
Oh, so who's in charge of that right now? Ain't that, what's his name? Ain't that Bill Gates meat?
Allegedly, that's what DeSantis said. You can't have that shit in Florida, but shit, if they putting it in the Campbell's, then it's in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know where it's gonna hit, man. That lab created stuff is that's kind of the future. I mean, on a different aspect of me, I ain't gonna mess with none of it. But if you accept an AI, do you remember me telling you about the new wave? Everybody keeps thinking that it's just AI, but remember I told you it's biotech.
Yeah.
It's a biotechnology thing right now. So everybody thinks that they're just looking at the computer point of it, but they don't understand that the bio aspect of things is way stronger than that. So once that computer technology can connect with neurons, you connect with different things and start controlling those different things, then we're in a total different aspect of things. CRISPR has changed everything. So it's to a point where if you're really thinking about just technology and you're not connecting it with biotechnology, you're actually late right now. You know, you're late. You don't understand that the body is still a better form of connection with doing things, physiology. So when you connect that tech, you connect AI with bio, and you get biotechnology, then you have the strongest form of anything that can change anything in our environment. So that biotechnology, that's the first point of them doing it. So as we talk about it moves. So if you look at it, basically when I'm saying it moves, we've already bio-engineered rice and corn to where it produces 10 times as much as it used to produce. But the nutrients is 80% deficit. So when we're looking at that, we got to understand that capitalism has already embarked and changed the aspect of how we are living health-wise and where we're moving forward in technology. So I feel like, yeah, they're saying it's there, but it might have always been there. You know, we might now just be finding out that this is what's been going on for the last 10 years. That's my take on that. That's my take on them sticking in this bioengineered meat.
Okay.
So on the Clintons, though.
Right.
So
go ahead.
What's your take on what's your take, Plug, on this Clinton situation?
I don't know, because with Bill, it might be a little different because he's a former president. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they can. I don't know if he's gonna have to go up there. I know that they said with threat of jail, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know. Now Hillary, I think they finna make Hillary go up there and have to talk. She just gonna say she don't know nothing.
Now you saying that because you know that there's some things that the president has to keep confidential. That preparing that you get sworn to be the president, you're swearing in on a point of not speaking on certain subjects or certain secret situations that might put the country in a point of being in a disposition of being, basically
I just feel like because he's president, they'll find a way. Because he was former president, they'll find a way. Then he had some health problems this year. Hillary's had some health problems allegedly too this year. I feel like they're looking for, you know what I'm saying? I feel like shit, they'll find a way. Hillary probably going to have to testify though, cause she wasn't president. But since he's a former president, they'll probably try to pull a little strings. Cause they said last time they made Steve Bannon and somebody else go testify. Well, I mean, it wasn't the president. Other presidents, I think, testified. If they did talk, it was because like under their own will. Like they was like, okay, I'll go up there and talk. Like nobody kind of denied it. Like the Clintons have been doing allegedly. So with them denying it, yeah, I feel like what?
That's understandable, but I mean, like O'Bannon or whatever his name is, I don't pay attention to these guys too much, but whatever his name is, how much time did he do?
I don't know. It's a little loud back there, Top Cat. Right now, it's loud. I can look right quick.
Because they keep saying that they did, like, from what I just heard, they said there's prison time due for this. Not just regular time, not county time, not prosecution time, but prison time. That means that you have to be convicted. So, that's what I'm saying. How much
4
prison
months.
time did he do?
4 months.
12 months? He did a year?
He did 4 months.
Oh, 4 months. Okay.
4 months on contempt of Congress.
And he actually did time in the motherfucking pen for 4 months. Wow, you know what? That's weird to me to say that they can even send somebody to prison for 4 months.
Yeah, he went to jail July 1st. He went to jail July 1st and got out in October. He went to the feds in Connecticut.
So he went to the feds for 4 months. Now, me and you, we have a different understanding of the litigation system when it deals with us. They're not sending nobody to the motherfucking pen for under 6 months, period. And that's 6 months on a continual basis. That's a total different prison that they're dealing with. People that are repeat offenders or whatever. So you did 4 months under the 6 months.
They'll send you to the pen. They'll send you to the pen for 4 months. They used to do 90-day PVs.
That's crazy. Who in the hell gets sent to the pen for 4 months?
You got to think if you got to do a damn, I'm echoing bad. Top Cat.
Yeah, that's weird to you, man.
Yeah, I'm echoing. Oh.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm driving right now.
Yeah, you gotta mute up. You gotta mute up or yeah, something. What I'm saying is, yeah, you get a parole violation. You get they used to do 90-day parole violations, and you used to do your parole violation in the Department of Correction.
Yeah. That's 100%. I'm right here next to Chino. My brothers and folks that I know, that's regular, and that's a parole violation prison. That prison is made for those type of situations. So that's what I'm saying. It's weird for you to go in under a first conviction, and especially a conviction with.
That's what the sentence. But the feds don't. But if you go to the feds don't play that. You going under sentencing guidelines. So the sentencing guidelines probably carried that. He was only in contempt of court. He had 2 counts of contempt of court. He didn't really do. I mean, he did something, but he didn't do nothing. His charge was not talking.
So he got a gangster charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a gangster charge. And that's what I'm saying. It's weird for me to see them even send him for that instead said they're trying to follow up on it.
Oh yeah, if he wasn't
wasn't
part of the, he got sent because it was the Biden administration and he was Steve Bannon. Talking about Trump forever. Like they didn't have to sentence him, you know what I'm saying, for not talking, but shit, they did. It was Steve Bannon.
Oh, so they put their foot on the gas on him because of who he was dealing with.
Yeah. Steve Bannon, they sent Steve Bannon ass to the feds because he was named Steve Bannon and he was talking about Trump forever.
Wow. Am I still echoing it? Did it change?
You said what?
Am I still echoing or did it get better?
You got a little better. I'm not echoing no more.
Okay, cool. I done got out that can. I was in the canyon, man. But so on his point, like it's weird to me to see how they switch things up when it deals with that. You know what I mean? I done been to Chino over 15 times picking up brothers and family members over, you know, violations and different stuff. There's certain places that they hold for those different things. But for his situation, I wonder what prison he even went to and who even considered that.
I got it right here. Bannon serving his sentence July 1st, 2024 after his appeals were exhausted and the U.S. Supreme Court declined to intervene. He reported to the Federal Correction Institute in Danbury, Connecticut and was released October 2024. Additionally, February 2025, Bannon pled guilty to defrauding donors in connection with the We Build a Wall, received a 3-year conditional discharge.
So he was charged with 3 years?
A 3-year conditional discharge for defrauding donors.
Damn.
You know, Trump was in office then. He waited to plead out until Trump got in office.
Wow. Okay, that makes sense. So he ran the board because what is it? And Fed, what is it? 80%?
Shit. Don't give me the line. I ain't never been to the feds.
But when it comes to the feds, you have to do damn near. I know for at least 75 to 80%.
Yeah, I think it's 85.
No way
I think it's 85 because of Y in Arkansas is 70. So yeah, I think feds on 85.
Yeah. So he got out of that by waiting on litigation until Trump got back in office. Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Wow. Now, you know how many people been on RICO charges? I bet Diddy wish he could have waited too. I mean, that's crazy, man. Damn, they learn how to work these circuits, boy. That's crazy. So he should be doing at least a year and 3 months, and he did fucking 4 months out of all that time. Wow. He's 2 years and 2 months or something like that. 80% of the time, and he wound up doing 4 months. He wound up doing what? A fourth of the time.
Nah, he got 3 years on some different shit.
Oh, okay.
So it says the Department of Justice initially recommended a 6-month sentence and a $200,000 fine, and but the court, that's for the contempt of Congress. So he had 2 charges. One was contempt of Congress, 2 counts, and they wanted 6 months in jail, $200K fine. But they ultimately gave him a 4-month sentence and $6,500 fine. That was Biden's DOJ. That was Biden's DOJ that wanted him. You know, so why would he pay $200,000 just for not talking?
Well, shit. Well, it depends on what you're not talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
they should have sat his
ass down. Like $6,500.
You gotta understand, but you gotta understand too, Top Cat, that Bannon went to jail July 2024. He got out October 2024. Trump won November 2024. So it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? It was like shit, he was gonna get out in January regardless. They could have gave that man 100 years, he was gonna get out in January.
Yeah, so basically he got his time.
I mean, yeah, they gave him what shit. The sentencing guidelines was gonna give him. You know, the DOJ only recommended 6 months. They was really trying to hit his pockets. Then they came back and hit him with the defraud and donors charge after that. Well, he pled
Yeah,
out to
that's
the
just
defraud.
crazy to me. And this wasn't for inflaming the insurrection.
Right.
This wasn't for the insurrection.
Yeah, the first charge was for not testifying about the insurrection.
That's crazy. So the P. Diddy girl, before she even got brought back by the fucking FBI or whoever it was, she already got down there $20 million out of P. Diddy, got put back in. And this dude over insurrection over the whole United States paid $6,500, a 2000 Honda. You paid 2000 Honda for turning this back on the whole United States. And for P. Diddy, she got $20 million and she got exonerated from being charged with anything after doing all the shit she did. Are you seeing any of the hypocrisy in this shit?
Yeah, but I don't think Steve Bannon was ever elected either, though.
He wasn't what? I'm sorry.
I think when he was in Trump's cabinet, when he appointed, when he an appointee.
Yeah, an appointee, but I'm just saying to the point of you just being a regular civilian and you evaded. You actually pushed forth the point of an insurrection against the whole government, no matter what. And we're talking about a personal trial against somebody that's trying to get RICO'd, and this person's already got $20 million, and then they get exonerated and made to testify, and they don't have to deal with anything. He gets convicted and paid $6,500. That's about the same amount that Diddy was paying for a lawyer per hour.
Yeah, but Steve Bannon ain't got P. Diddy money, probably, allegedly.
No, I mean, he got money, though. I mean, I don't think that Steve Bannon was, that dude is, I think he's a multiple millionaire just by what he's been casting since I know him by him. I mean, I can expect him to at least be worth $5 million, $6,500. If you get right now, if you get hit for a DUI in California, you're gonna pay $8,000.
They say Steve Bannon worth they say Steve Bannon worth a 30 ball now.
Yeah.
He was worth 20. They say in 2024 he was worth 70. But now he worth about a 30 ball.
$6,500.
Man, you gonna say what? Man, hold on, Top Cat. This ain't child support now.
No, I understand that.
The charge wasn't insurrection. The charge was contempt of Congress.
That damn sounds worse. So who else has been in contempt of Congress?
Somebody else was in contempt with him, man. But Steve Bannon eventually went. Hold on, let's see.
$6,500. That's fucking crazy, dog. When I went to motherfucking jail.
Brian Colfage, a U.S. Air Force veteran, Andrew Bellotto, a Florida venture capitalist, and Tim Shea, a Colorado business fan. That was for the Build the Wall campaign.
Okay. And it don't show how much they had to fucking pay. That's the Walmart fine. That's stealing from Walmart type shit. Like, that's crazy. $6,500. Look who we talking about. They went from 200,000 to 65. 200,000 is super cheap for a motherfucker worth 70 fucking million. That's crazy. I did not know that. Thank you. You used to be. How in the hell can the richer keep getting rich? Like, you
Alright,
got
Peter
$70 million.
Navarro. That's what it say. It took me forever to fucking find it. It's Peter Navarro. I remember that now. Peter Navarro was also convicted on 2 counts of criminal contempt of Congress for refusing to cooperate. Navarro reported to prison in 2023 to serve his 4-month sentence after the Supreme Court rejected his bid to delay it. While former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and Communications Chief Dan Scavino were also cited for contempt by the committee, the Justice Department declined to bring charges against them, reportedly due to more plausible executive privilege claims. I'm going to keep it real with you. It was because that name was Steve Bannon or Peter Navarro. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was a personal situation. But I'm saying for a personal situation, even though you go through litigation, how the fuck does that even cover the fucking court cost? $6,500 does not even cover the fucking court cost. So we paid for that shit? He didn't even have to, he got $70 million and it still came out of the taxpayers' fucking money.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna keep it real. I mean, shit. He got held in contempt of Congress, man. The time limit was 4 months, man. That's what the statute carried, man. They wanted 6 months and 200,000. The statute carries something different, man. Like. Okay, would you feel the same way? Okay, I'm just saying, would you feel the same way if he was worth, you know what I'm saying, if he was worth 10,000? Would you still want him with 6,500 suffice? Huh?
No, I would feel completely different. It still gotta be the same. That's what I'm telling you. I was fucking broke when my first kid and went in. Them motherfuckers pushed my shit up from $25,000 bail to fucking $75,000 bail. As soon as I called the bail file, as soon as I grabbed the goddamn phone, they pushed my shit up another $50,000. And I didn't have a pocket piston or a window to throw it out. You got $70 million and your shit goes down from $200,000 to $6,500. My bail was $5. I still had to pay $5 on my shit. First offense, and I got dismissed. I didn't get charged with anything. And I still came out of $5 And this dude, he's in contempt of Congress, and he only gets $6,500, and he got 70 fucking million. That's fucking crazy. He should have at least had to put out $20,000 just to fight it. He couldn't pay the fucking district attorney. He couldn't pay the judge. He couldn't pay. All these people came off of work. We don't know who even dealt with the situation. And it was definitely worth at least around 10 racks, and he only had to come out of $6,500. That's fucking wild. I got dismissed, and because I bailed out, I still had to come out of $5,500 on my first offense. And just regular criminal court. This is against Congress, and he came out and said, that's fucking wild, bro. Like that, I didn't even know that. That's fucking crazy. Now, I ain't talking about the time. I'm talking about the point of how much money you have to put fucking forth. If they say that if you're being charged with it, and even if you get dismissed, you still are responsible for court costs or whatever the situation is. Damn, bro, you didn't even pay the fucking court costs. So it came out of our pocket.
That's what he said.
And then if he did time and you went to jail for the 4 months, it still, that came out of his pocket. None of his 70 fucking million paid for. None of that time his ass was in jail. So we basically paid for that shit.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Top Cat, man, I'm fighting my damn sleep over here, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm fighting my sleep, man. I gotta get some sleep, man.
I hear you, man. But what was that last? I just want to get a little bit off on that last subject. I'm off of it now because you done blew my mind with that shit. I've been paying
Grim, if you want to call in, you can call in too, Grim. But if Grim don't call in, it's over, man. I gotta go to bed. Grim, you can call in though. Yeah. Top Cat.
The last thing you were speaking on was damn, Damn, I fucking forgot it. I had a whole little spiel for that. Damn, you were just speaking up before I called him.
The Clintons.
It was the Clintons, I think. I think it was the Clintons. And I'm saying, basically, I feel exactly what you're saying. I think that Bill Clinton is going to have a reserve because of the position that he's held. You cannot hold him to speak different things about different things. And he might use that relegation on this situation. He might use some stuff that's for something else to stop them from being able to invoke that right on him. But Hillary, I do think she's going to wind up having to speak on these different situations. I think she's
Me
going to
too,
have to
because
wind up speaking on that.
the Trump admin is for sure going to bring charges on them. They already said that if they don't show up in December, they're bringing charges just like they did on Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro. And that's the reason I say Hillary will have to testify, because Hillary hasn't held a position high. What was her highest position?
Yeah, so is Trump going to have to testify?
Trump done been drugged in and out of court.
Oh. See, this
They
shit,
haven't
I'm so
subpoenaed
tired
Trump.
of them slick ass shit. There's some slick ass shit. So every time we can't get them.
Yeah. Listen, you gotta think they did though, because shit they didn't subpoena Trump because shit they brought charges on Trump for the inciting insurrection. The whole inciting insurrection charges was on Trump, so there was no need to subpoena him to Congress because his ass is the one fighting going to jail. Remember they were saying if he don't win the presidency, he going to jail.
And how you feel about that, Flood? Like from the last year that we were just talking about, Trump inciting violence with the hanging shit and all that, and then this insurrection shit. How do you feel about him yourself completely on the point of when he goes to a point of physical violence, when he is using his I'll call it entertainment directive? And I'm not mad at him because I'm a real motherfucker. This plug after I don't give a fuck, nigga. When I get mad, motherfucker, I kick you in your nuts. Fuck you, bitch, and woo woo woo. So I understand him as a human being going to the point where he's pissed off enough to say, motherfuckers, they should fucking shoot these motherfuckers in their foreheads, these stupid motherfuckers that are traitors. And that is an excessive past the point. So how do you feel about that? Because I'm a motherfucker. I know that I would have done what fuck Trump's been done already. I know I would have been said, like, these bitch ass niggas need to shut the fuck up for somebody fucking sock they fucking front teeth out, bitch ass niggas. So I understand that point.
I'm trying to lead the live up though. you driving the F-bomb, but damn.
I'm sorry. Damn, my bad. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, on a human being point, you're gonna say some shit that, like, man, I'll be there fired on these niggas. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever. And I don't understand why, like, where the disposition is. You are good at that. You've always been good at delegating that point. So how do you feel at that point? I know there's a right place to say things and not. And he shouldn't have said some things that he did. But that's kind of what makes me feel like he's American.
Right, but Trump's appeasing his fan base too. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing too. We gotta realize that when you're in a leadership position, and right now, for facing the world, Trump's in the ultimate leadership position. You can't make everybody happy. You're going to have to make some tough decisions, and you're going to have to stand firm on those decisions until you ultimately try to see them through. And that's going to piss off a lot of people. And when you have to make those decisions, especially in the style that Trump's making them rapidly, you're going to piss a lot of people off. So with that, I feel like over years and decades of dealing with hate and replying to the media and shit like that, I don't think it phases Trump. So how I feel about it is like, it's not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're gonna double and triple down on whatever initiative it is. Do I think? I think Trump. I think Trump. I don't think he'll get up there and just say, "Do this, do that, do this." Nah, but he will allude to it. He will, you know what I'm saying, not speak on a certain matter if he don't see fit.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I have one more question to ask you, Slug, and then I'll get off here because I know you tired, brother.
It's so fast moving. And then another thing too, every time Trump says some crazy shit or does some wild shit, what does that do?
Back it up.
Right. But 9 times out of 10, where does Trump say his craziest and wildest shit? Where is
yeah, 9 times out of 10.
Where does he say it at?
He said in the public.
It's one specific place. You get Trump. Trump says what he wants to say a lot, but it's one specific place. Trump puts out 90% of his messages that he knows is gonna go viral or some crazy shit. The only place Trump has never called fake news. One of the only places. It's not Twitter. It's True Social. It's his shit. It's his platform. It's driving traffic to his platform. It's making people subscribe to his platform. It's driving up the valuation of his platform. Trump not stupid.
Very smart.
Every time it get retweeted or go viral, it's all True Social. True Social. Retruths.
Yeah, it's almost like I see him working with that motherfucker named Jake. It's like he's an old ass Jake Paul or something, and he's using all these different situations to move different things. But I have one big question to ask you because nobody will answer this question. And you know what I'm saying? And I told you I'm gonna start getting in your ass so these people can quit acting like we fucking just bed buddies or something shit. I'm gonna get in your ass on this one.
No Diddy.
How do you feel about him talking to them Arabs about the different shit and sitting up there with the Arabs pushing that big ass shit, them $1 trillion and jobs and all that shit, but he's not saying nothing about them funding the genocide of Sudan? Now, I know you might not be too versed on this, but I'm putting the subject out there because nobody will actually talk about it. The truth is, this is the youngest nation damn near in the world.
Because I'm gonna tell you, one thing for sure. Probably because if he comes out with, "Oh, y'all funding Sudan," think about how much shit America's funding. You know what I'm saying? So he did address it. He said that he's gonna cut off the money from Africa. He's gonna cut off the money from them, from where Nigeria. Was it Nigeria?
No, Nigeria isn't the one that's funding the FSA.
No, I'm saying, but he said he was gonna. No, I'm saying he said he was gonna. Wherever the Christians were being murdered, he said he was gonna cut the funding there. Basically saying the government need to deal with this damn problem. He's forcing their hand by saying he's gonna take away the funding.
Exactly, and that's understandable. But Nigeria you can't even call that a third world place. That they are one of the most innovative. Nigeria has 80 million or something like that. Something black people, like it's not the same as Sudan. Sudan has split in two, and the actual indigenous Sudanese have picked the lesser of two evils. So their government is tied in with the UN, which means they actually have to respect them. Their government doesn't even really respect them or care. So that I think it's called the FSA. Now these are all basically, and I'm gonna put it straight out there, mixed people. They're ran by Arabs and different stuff, are getting funded by that same prince and those same people from Saudi Arabia and every the same people that are fighting with Yemen are funding these people and giving them weapons. And we just sit up there and said, these are great people and they're giving us jobs and all that. But they're funding the genocide of fucking and he has nothing to say about that. You guys are actually giving them weapons, giving them money to take over this area that is I think, the second most plentiful place in the world right now of that being mined for gold and these different things. This is the youngest nation in the world down there. This South Sudan is like the youngest nation in the world, and nobody's helping them. They're just letting them kill these people. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up so you can do your research. The actual indigenous people of that land are curly-haired, black people, and they're getting genocide right now, and nobody is saying nothing in the world about it. We hear about Ukraine, we hear about all these different things, but these people that are actually getting genocide, that have no army, no military, no weapons, are getting military-grade weapons used on them. They have killed, and they're recording over in a week over 10,000, not murdered, raped. They're going into hospitals and blowing up hospitals and killing every person in the hospital. And nobody is being talked about. He just sat up there playing punch and games with somebody that's funding the killing of these people. And nobody is speaking about this. Nobody is caring. They're like, oh, that's been going on for years. No, it hasn't. Sudan has never been split into two damn entities. This has just happened in the last 3 years. And we're watching these people get wiped out. And he just sat with one of the people that are funding the wiping out and praised them. And nobody is saying nothing. They're like, oh, it's okay. And there's thousands of people being raped and killed and murdered every single day down there. They're catching up in numbers with Ukraine and wars that's been going on for 2 years.
I mean, I can answer your question though. You said, why isn't he saying anything? I mean, shit, he don't want to fuck up the money. Trump said it. He said he ain't Christian. Then we watched the clip where he said, I'm not a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Shit, he said it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. How many Sudanese Christians that he's not raising his voice for, but he's worried about Nigeria, upper developed areas, but he's not caring about the underdeveloped area that there's still Christians in, and he's not went over there and said, okay, there's not going to be the killing of Christians. Okay, we've looked at he's talking about over 2 to 3 years of the killings of Christians there, but he's watching something in an acute situation where he's not saying nothing about thousands of Christians dying right there. And he's not saying nothing about it. And this is what I'm trying to bring to everybody's attention. Why are we not paying? If there's a genocide, the Armenian genocide, we're still dealing with that from the early 1900s. We're dealing with all these different genocides. But a genocide that's going on in our state, as long as those kids are blue, black, as long as their hair is too curly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, they've been having problems in that area forever. This is a very, special point in the history of people. They have more pyramids in Sudan than they have in Egypt. So for when another whole nation takes over this from the indigenous people of that land, they get to change complete history. And it's okay. That's what I'm saying. Trump, it's okay. Us as people, when we see it, it's like, oh, Sudan, that always goes on down there. No, it doesn't. They just had a coup. They changed everything. Now they're fighting for their democracy, and we're not helping them. This is the same thing that they did with Haiti. This is the same thing. We're going to ostracize them as long as they're not of our color or mixed or whatever. But they're Christians. They're different people and everything down there. Why do their lives matter so much less than everybody else in the world? That we won't even mention it, and we'll sit up here worried about the Ukraine. But what is Ukraine doing for anybody? Why are we even worried about the Ukraine? They don't do nothing for us. You know what I'm saying? But the Sudanese gold actually does affect our market. So why are we not talking about that? Even if it comes to economics, their gold affects our market. Why do we need to let the Arabs, which are controlling the whole gold market, where they're at right now? There's no gold where they're at. All the market that the Arabs control through the gold is still them purging the same way as we talk about France, the same way we talk about Spain and all those different places in Belgium, milking Africa. So are these Emirates, the Arab Emirates and whatever. They're milking the shit out of Africa and then charging us for it. They got big-ass fights going on out here off of gold that still comes from Africa. There ain't no gold in the middle of the sand. Ain't nothing out there but fucking dehydrated hooded ass camels and motherfuckers with chapped ass lips. There ain't no fucking gold in the middle of where they at. They're going to Africa and extracting that gold and bringing it back. And all the land that they live on is rented already. It's rented from people. They already know this. That all that land that they're talking about isn't even there. So we watched them do it to Yemen. And Trump did it to Yemen. Okay? That's their waters. We as much as we want to call them pirates, they're not really pirates. If you're 100 miles off of your land, for you to be a nation, you're saying that's our waters, our sovereign waters. We went through there and they said that because we can't push some stuff to Israel, we can't get them what it is. We're going to blow up Yemen. We're going to do all these different things when they said that because they're of the opposite. So, okay, we'll roll with that a little bit. Fine. But that's their land. We would never take that shit. But they're not no big country, so let's do our American bullshit. Now it's to the point of Sudan. Now it's to the point of Iran. Now it's to the point that everything that comes to the point of us respecting a nation, of being a nation, and say, okay, they're not with us, let's go around them. We haven't went around nothing. We've taken over all those straits. Now it is all the way in the middle of Africa, and they're saying that we're going to take over Sudan, and they're going to be part of, they're going to start being part of, like Chad. We're going to make them North African. We're going to make them a total different people than what they are. And the world is watching this in 2025 and saying nothing. There's people being abolished that have the oldest genetics in the world. They built all these pyramids. They have done all these historical things. And then there's going to be another Kevin Hart situation where they're saying that these people never fucking existed. Oh, y'all kings and all that. So they're wiping out the history right there. And we're saying nothing, even though we have it documented. And I'm saying, why is Trump sitting here? He knows all these things. You have all these different people that are speaking on these things. He's already erasing these museums and different stuff that's going on out here. You're still going to let them erase something that is historically a factor that we need to have in every single university in the United States, and we're going to let them change that shit. We're going to let them whitewash it. We're going to let them change it and completely exterminate the people. All of these people went to South Sudan. All of those people had to go to South Sudan or be persecuted in Northern Sudan. Now they're getting persecuted from Northern Sudan and Southern Sudan, and they're getting funded by the Arab Emirates. They're getting funded by that same person that Trump said, I'll touch him if I want to, like he's a badass. But you won't tell him, hey, if y'all keep fucking giving them money, y'all not doing no business with the United States, and we're going to come over there and bust your motherfucking ass. You don't go fucking that many miles away and actually fund and be a proxy to kill people that don't even have weapons. They don't have knives, guns, bombs, grenades. They don't have fucking World War I rocket launchers. And you guys are going in there with 2025 military weapons killing you. And the whole world is just sitting up here saying nothing.
Nah, for sure, man. Top Cat, you got it, man. I'm over here struggling, though, man. I'm finna go to sleep. I'm finna tell you. My cousin just came in here. Look, show them. Look, my cousin just came here. I'm finna send his ass home, man. He thought we was finna kick it, man. He finna go home. And, but look,
I can't even see you right now. I know your eyes is rolling around and shit. I didn't see you. Them eyes is probably rolling around.
Nah, that's why I stopped.
Get your ass up. You doing too much.
Salute to the line, man.
Get your ass. Get you a snack and get you some sleep. It's one man. Thank you for letting me go ahead and do my Sudanese rant, bro. Hell yeah.
All right, man. All right, Top Cat. We'll see you in the morning.
All right, why not?
All right, Chad, man. Look, I'm tired, man. I had a long day. But I'm going to get some rest, man, and we're going to be back in the morning. I'm going to get some rest, and we're going to be back in the morning. I hope y'all like the new setup, you know what I'm saying? It's not done yet, but it will get better. I get my gun rights back. It'll get a lot better. I get my gun rights back. It'll get a lot better. All right, Chad. Good night, Chad. See y'all in the morning.